Hello and good afternoon to all of you, my dear friends, my dear YouTube viewers. Welcome to my YouTube channel, SP Solution. So, in this video, we are going to discuss about a topic regarding the plant kingdom. Okay, so the first one is your living world. So, first we have to remember that thing Ernst Mayr has been called as the Darwin of 20th century. Why he is called like that? Because he worked on the taxonomy, zoogeography, evolution, systematics, and history and philosophy of biology. So the name was given that the Darwin of 20th century. Okay, he gave the biological concept of species. So the next one is the point, the number of species that are known or described ranges between 1.7 to 1.8 millions. So nowadays these species may be some species are going to be in extinct form and some are only your red area. Okay, so then a two that is the important full form we have to remember, that is the ICBN and ICZN. So what is ICBN? So ICBN stands for the International Code of the Botanical Nomenclature, and the another one is stands for the International Code of the Zoological Nomenclature. Okay, so these two very important things. Okay, so each biological name is made up of two components. So my dear friends, so generally any biological name or any biological animal we are seeing in our surroundings environment, that is basically giving two names. Okay, first one is your generic name and second one is your scientific name or your specific that is the generic name, and another one is specific epithets. That means the one first one is genus, another one is species name. Okay, so this system of classification is known as your botanical system or binomial nomenclature system. Okay, so in this system what is happening, the biological names are generally written in the Latin, okay, or written in the italics. So while we are giving a name to an animal, so we are giving writing the name of animal in your italics letter, or we can write it as a bold letter, but we have to underline the um, underline the word. Okay, underline the word below. Okay, so but the important thing is we have to write down the genus and species name in Latin origin. Okay, so this is the general idea about the how the binomial nomenclature are written. Okay, so generally the groups are included the taxonomic category are known as the taxon. Okay, so those group which are included in the taxonomic category are known as your taxon generally. So there are some characteristics, some identifying features we are taking in order to naming the or in order to nomenclature a certain animals or certain specific species. Okay, so the next one is the herbarium. What is herbarium? Important one is herbarium. What is herbarium? So herbarium is a storehouse, okay, where the collected plant species that are dried, pressed and preserved in one sheet. Okay, so herbarium is a storehouse. We can say it is a place in which where the collection of different species are found in the in the form of dried. Okay, in the form of dry. So next one is the key. So what is a key? So key is based on contrasting character, generally a pair of couplets, and each statement is in the key are called the lead. Okay, so next one is the flora. So what is flora? So my dear friends, the it contains some actual account of habit or habitat distribution of plant of a given area. So generally flora stands for a plant's kingdom generally. Okay, and in the another hand, when we are saying about the animal, we are using the term fauna. Okay, and monograph. After that, monograph. So monograph is a kind of information. Okay, is a kind of complete information of a taxon. Okay, so monograph is we can say it is a collective form of a collective form of information of a species or of a taxon. Okay, so the next one is biological classification. We are completing the subjects in a very short and sweet manner. Okay, so the biological classification. So the first The Aristotle was the earliest person or earliest scientist who have given the scientific basis of classification. So Aristotle divided the animal into two groups, one having the red blood cells and another having not having the red blood cells. Okay. So on the basis of the RBC, or that means the red blood cell, the Aristotle divided into the animals into two groups. Okay. So after that the R.H. Whitaker's classification comes. Okay. So RH classification is based on the phylogenetic classification. Generally, he emphasized on the phylogenetic characters of the animals and its evolutionary characters at the time of observation. Okay. So, Archaeobacteria differ from the other bacteria having the cell wall structure, and this feature is responsible for the survival in the extreme conditions. Okay. So, R.H. Whitaker have observed that the Archaeobacteria often differ from the another bacteria in the cell wall structure. Okay. Because the Archaeobacteria are certain having the adapted towards the extreme conditions of the environment, and they are survived in the extreme unfavorable conditions. Okay. So this is the important features of Archaeobacteria. Okay. Some cyanobacteria fix the atmospheric nitrogen in the specialized cell called the heterocyst, like the nostoc and Anabaena. So we are saying the nitrifying bacteria. We are seeing them as a nitrifying bacteria. Why we are saying like that? Because they making the making the compounds of nitrogen in absorbing the atmospheric nitrogen into in the ground at a complex compound form. Okay. So we are saying them as a nitrifying bacteria. And what is the specialized cell are found? That is the heterocyst. So heterocyst is a kind of cell in which the nitrifying bacteria are fix the atmospheric nitrogen. Okay, in a very specialized compound like the nitrate, nitrite, etc. Okay. The next one is the red dinoflagellates undergo very rapid multiplication so that they can make a C appear red or a red tides. Okay. So this is a one another kind of animals, another kind of plants which undergo very rapid multiplication so that they make C appear red. Okay. So why the C are appearing sometimes red? Because of the red dinoflagellates. Okay. So this is the idea. And some fungi leave the symbiote as the association of the algae. Okay. So when some algae are associated with the fungi, they are termed as a lichen. Okay. And that is known as your symbionts. Okay. They are known as your symbionts. Okay. And the process is known as your symbiosis. Okay. Where both the different species or different animals are help to each other. Okay. Living together and help each other. This is the motto of the symbiosis. Okay. So after that, the next one is your fungi that have the sexual life cycle, which is like the plasmogamy, like the karyogamy and meiosis. So there are the three sexual life cycle found in the fungi. One is plasmogamy, another is karyogamy, another is meiosis. Okay. Then the next one is, so many members, okay, of the escomites like the morels, buffles are edible of the fungi. So this is the general important thing. Okay. So in the next class we are going to discuss about the plant kingdom. Okay, how the plant kingdoms are naming. Okay, what is the artificial system of naming, what is the natural classification, and all these things. Okay, till then keep watching and don't forget to subscribe, my dear friends. Thank you.